Tippy time of damies, Tough Cat here and welcome back to the channel. Our heavy burst hand cannons recently got a change. They've increased the ADS damage fall off scalar from 1.5% to 1.6. So I wanted to go back through and have a tutu with all of our heavy bursts, as I really hadn't been a fanboy of them outside of running Luckies and the Wardens, but have since stopped using that when the Luckies got nerfed. One of the first things I do look at when comparing is our total stat value. We add together the range, handling, stability and reload. The Maahes HC4 Void hand cannon came at 125. The Warden's was second worst stat wise at 136. Both the Strand and Stasis were quite close, Stasis being 142, Strand being 145, but the Yesterdays from Trials was clear cut the best at 164. Now this doesn't necessarily mean that the Maahes is hot garbage, as it's definitely got some unique combinations. It's got a base 96 recoil, so I've opted for corkscrew rifling to give us +5 stability, +5 handling and +5 range. Try and get accurized rounds, we want to try and push this past that 70 range, and I've opted for a stability masterwork. We've got 6 traits in each column. In the left we've got perpetual motion, rapid hit, repulsor brace, pulse monitor, enlightened action and unrelenting, with frenzy, destabilizing, dragonfly, swashbuckler, golden tricorn and disruption break in the right. Now being a void hand cannon, one of its stronger suits is that repulsor brace in the left hand column, so when we defeat a void debuff target we gain an overshield, and pair that with stabilizing rounds, so when we defeat a target it creates that void burst. Hitting other targets with this burst makes them volatile and grants us volatile rounds for a short duration. Outside of the season this would probably be my recommendation, but being that an artifact can already give us volatile rounds, I did like the combination of unrelenting with rapidly defeating targets is going to give us health regeneration, and I paired that with dragonfly where our precision kills grant an elemental damage explosion. I had been keeping a rapid hit disruption break for the longest time. I use this in this GM. The artifact gives me the volatile round, so it allows me to break those anti-barrier shields, or simply by making myself radiant. This increases our kinetic damage by 50% whenever we do this. So I tried to break with the Maahes and then get that damage bonus given to my Warden's lore. But honestly it didn't really feel all that necessary. The Warden's already pumped out more than enough damage, so I'd rather go down the road of AoE. Now I really wouldn't recommend using this inside the Crucible. As you'll see later there's definitely better options in this slot, but if you were to use it I'll be looking at that rapid hit in the left hand column with golden tricorn in the right, allowing the Maahes to 2 burst crit kill. The Warden's lore is that kinetic variant of this heavy burst. It's got a base 97 recoil, so again I'll be using that corkscrew rifling, giving us that stability, range and handling. I had though opted for tactical mag. This increases our magazine by +2, our reload speed by +10, and gives us another 5 stability. In the left hand column we've got demolitionist, enlightened action, to the pain, 4 times the charm, moving target and perpetual motion, with adrenaline junkie, frenzy, kill clip, rampage, zen moment and vorpal weapon in the right. Now for the Vanguard, no doubt that combination of Force times the Charm and Vorpal Weapon is going to be our go-to. Vorpal Weapon is a 20% bonus to our primary weapons, and Force times the Charm is going to load back 2 every time we hit 4, allowing us to stay on those heads for longer. The reason I opted for Tac Mag over something like Extended is that since the Lucky nerf has shortened the window, we have a lot more free flowing with our double hand cannon builds, and we do need to worry about that reload speed a little bit. Tac Mag gives us the best of that bonus ammo plus the bonus reload. For the Crucible, in the left hand column I went moving target. This increases our movement speed and target acquisition whilst moving down sights, and this is accompanied by Zen Moment in the left. Massive perk for a burst weapon like this, where causing damage with this weapon reduces recoil and flinch over time. If you're looking for a kill chain, I like 2 the pain in the left paired with rampage in the right. We just need that 10% damage bonus to get us in that 2 crit kill window. Rampage works there fine, and I paired it with 2 the pain, so upon taking damage this is going to increase our handling and aim assist. The thing I love about this perk is it doesn't go away. As long as you're alive you can keep that max stack. Now the yesterday's question is the stat king. It's got base 94 recoil, so again I'm going with corkscrew rifling. I got ricochet rounds this time, giving us +5 range and +10 stability. And I've got a range masterwork, giving us a 35.2 damage fall off. This weapon has 7 toys in each trait column. In the left we got To the Pain, Rapid Hit, Dragonfly, Lone Wolf, 4 Signs of Charm, Closing Time and Air Trigger, with Zen Moment, Vorpal Weapon, Bolt Shot, Moving Target, Eye, Head Seeker, and Desperate Measures in the right. Now I've had multiple of these that are just like amazing combinations, and really there is something for every player here, but upon playing with all the variants there was 3 that stuck out for me. The first being Air Trigger in the left with Bolt Shot in the right. Jolting targets in any season is always strong. After reloading, upon defeating a target that's going to overcharge this weapon for a short time, causing it to jolt the next target it hits. To really pop and chain this, I use Air Trigger in the left. Pretty much whenever we need a reload, just do a little bunny hop, hit the reload, and it's going to be lightning quick with that +30 reload speed, allowing us to vault chain like Thor. It does also have that same combination that I recommended for the Warden's Law of Fourth Times and Vorpal. And whilst that's a solid option, I actually preferred running Vorpal Weapon with Dragonfly. This way I can do that 20% damage increase to harder hitting targets, and upon destroying them, that Dragonfly is going to take out all the minions that surround it. Until this patch I never really thought of taking these into Crucible, but honestly I have to say I was happy with how well they performed. As in both columns we've got great PvP perks here. I ended up opting for Rapid Hit in the left, where our rapid precision hits temporarily increase the stability and reload speed, and what makes this hand cannon stand out from all the rest is the fact it can roll with Head Seeker in the right, where body shots landed with this weapon increase the precision damage and aim assist for a short time. This makes it an extremely agile dueler and grants us consistency where we didn't used to have it. Now for our stasis variant, the bold endings, I've gone a slightly different route. I've opted for small bore, giving us both range and stability, and I've opted for flared magwell. This gives us +5 stability, but gives us another 15 reload speed. This definitely helps us more in PvE. If you were looking for a Crucible variant though, I would probably swap in accurized rounds to push us up to 75 range, and I have opted for a handling masterwork. We've again got 7 traits. We've got Rapid Hit, Loose Change, Headstone, To the Pain, Air Trigger, Strategist, and Attrition Orbs in the left. We've got Either Storm in the right with Golden Tricorn, Collecting, Moving, Dragonfly, Desperate, and Demolitionist in the right. Now this hand cannon has one of my favourite combos. We've got Headstone in the left, where our precision final blows create a stasis crystal at that victim's location, and when we enhance this trait it makes a lot bigger crystal. And I love pairing this with Dragonfly, where our precision kills create an elemental damage explosion. This allows us not only to splash more damage, but we can also subsequently slow and freeze our targets, and that Dragonfly explosion can aid in shattering those crystals. If you were to take this into the Crucible, I would be looking at Rapid Hit to give us bonus stability and reload. Both Moving and Eye could give us some more consistency, but I would probably look for something like Golden Tricorn or Desperate Measures to give us that 10% bonus, allowing us that 2-burst crit kill. Our final hand cannon is our Strand variant, the Unloved, from the Sundered Doctor and Dungeon. It has a base 85 recoil, the worst of all the hand cannons, so I've opted to use Arrowhead Break, giving us that perfect 100 recoil, plus giving us 10 handling. Ricochet rounds for +5 range, +10 stability, and I've opted for Stability Masterwork here as we're already over that 70 range. Got some good unique traits here. In the left we've got Outlaw, Dragonfly, Killing Wind, Heating Up, Rapid Hit and Hatchling, and in the right we've got Closing Time, Frenzy, Kill Clip, Tear, Elemental Honing, and Paracausal Affinity. This also has one of the better origin traits in my opinion, Subjugation, where the weapon adapts to its targets. When we're damaging weak targets, shots explode. When we're damaging strong targets, they become exhausted, and it grants us increased flinch resistance against Guardians. Now the obvious choice here was Hatchling, where our precision final blows or rapidly defeating targets with this weapon spawn a Threadling. If they aren't precision kills, we need 3 body shot kills in order to get that Hatchling. and you would pair this with Tear in the Rite, where our precision final blows cause targets to become severed. This is obviously a very strong combo this season, but I do feel there was another role that's done slightly more damage. Every one of these outside of Warden's Law has Dragonfly, and it's probably like the go-to trait amongst all of them, where our precision kills create that elemental damage explosion, and I'm pairing this with elemental honing in the Rite. This trait works tremendously well, particularly if you're on a prismatic subclass. When dealing unique elemental damage, this grants this weapon a stacking damage bonus for 20 seconds, and each time we add another damage value, it's going to grant that stack back to 20 seconds. Upon hitting max 5 stacks, that time is going to run out and we've got to start all over again. But given the right damage value, we can really get this singing quite strong. Even just shooting a target, we get a 2.5% bonus being Strand. So we apply some void damage, there's going to be a 10% damage bonus. Throw on some jolt, it goes to 20%. Maybe we pop the pink. I'm on my hunter, chuck a grenade that does both solar and stasis, so then our damage value jumps to 30, then 35%. It's such a free-flowing damage trait, it's so hard to pass up. Being the best stated heavy burst in that top slot, if you want to take it in the Crucible, again, rapid hit, and in the Rite, I'll be looking at Paracausal Affinity, where final blows of energy types matching this weapon, aka any strand kill, will give us that 20% damage bonus, giving us that 2 burst crit kill. All in all, there's something here for pretty much every type. If you live inside the Crucible, I would definitely give the Yesterday's Question a second look. It felt extremely comfortable, and I actually had a lot of fun dueling with criminals and roses. I also found it best in slot when I was playing in the PvE playlist as well. I ran multiple activities running the Lucky Pants double hand cannon. It's very tasty on prismatic, particularly as we can make our smoke bomb radiant, our grapple melee radiant, and we can use that acrobatic dodge to go radiant. This allowed me to easily pierce those barrier shields. And whether you're going Yesterday's, Warden's Law, or Unloved Maahes, I would try and set it up so one is there to deal damage and one is there to deal AoE. What are your thoughts on this archetype? I must say, I've been converted and the range changes have really made me fall in love again. But if your bolt is pretty full like mine, the two I would definitely get is the Yesterdays and the Unloved. They are strong man strong and tons of fun. Make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy top my damies, what a tie.
Bottom of everything, he's the most tip top.